So let's get down to our trading. Today we will accelerate our deposit from $100. I will open transactions on a 1-minute time frame. Today we have an OTC market, which means that there are large percentages on each currency pair. Why not trade? Let's start selecting the indicators. Today we will have Bollinger Bands and we will have 2 RSI. We need to make a setting. We set the Bollinger Bands period to 13, deviation to 2, and change the visualization of this indicator. Then we adjust our RSI oscillators. We will have one with a period of 5. We leave the overbought oversold area at 70 and 30. Do not change anything. The second, with a period of 10, we will also have an oversold and overbought area for me. We will win back from the extreme points, that is, local highs and lows, as well as technical analysis, will be present on our trading. Actually, let's get started. In the course of my trading, you will understand how to work with this strategy correctly. And let's choose the first currency pair. Here we will open a trade to go down. We immediately found a good entry. The formation of a new local maximum is now taking place. At this point, there is a touch of the upper moving average. When we have a touch of the upper moving average, we open the deal to go down. When this happens, we see an exit from the overbought area along the RSI oscillator, and therefore, in this case, it is better to open a trade down. That is the basic principle of trading. Will be when we touch the lower moving average, we will open an upward trade, but we will not do it immediately. But we need to look at our oscillators and see the oversold or overbought area, respectively. Now, we have touched the upper moving average, exiting the overbought area, and therefore our deal is closing in positive territory, and we open the deal for a decline. The trading principle will be as follows. I will consider several trade entries. Let's proceed to the next analysis of the currency pair and probably open a deal. To increase, select the next currency pair. This is where I would also open a deal to increase. In general, we still have a good touch point here. Here we touched the lower moving line. Here there was an exit from the oversold area. Upward dynamics, respectively, we open according to the trend. We see a price correction. In general, opening according to the trend is always a good sign. And if you, as a beginner, I advise you to always open according to the trend, not to look for possible pullbacks and corrections. This complicates trading, but to learn how to open better faster. We have a little less than 20 seconds left. Let's watch our deal. And the deal closes again in a positive direction without any problems. Here, we did not have our yes signal directly, but we opened according to the trend. Overall, I was sure that our dynamics would go up. Let's open up again now. I'll try to find a more explicit signal by selecting the following currency pair. Let's open an upward trade here. I will expect a price correction. We have an ideal touch point with the support area. Here it is, a clear signal to open a trade for an increase, touching the lower moving average after a good downward trend, then exiting the oversold area on both oscillators, respectively. The deal opens for an increase, as I said at the very beginning. The trading principle will really be the same. So to emphasize the result, I will try to make the most reliable trades. We want you to understand how to enter transactions correctly, and the next transaction closes as a plus. There were no problems. Again, we will change the amount and value of the transaction, continue trading, and select the next currency pair and open a downgrade transaction. Let's open a short trade here. We have a great touch point here. We see how the dynamics have gone up a lot over the last section of the movement. We see the touch of the upper moving average helping us here into the resistance area at this level. And we see the exit here. We are touching the overbought area, and there should already be an exit here. So let's watch. There are 20 seconds left before our deal is completed. As you can see, the deal has been closed again. Plus, the resistance area was also based here, and we had a very good entry point. Let's open a raise deal now. 2 deals worth $660. And let's pick the next currency pair. Probably, after all, I will open 2 deals better to go down. Again, let's consolidate the result of the opening. We also have a good resistance area here at this price level. We see how the dynamics of our movement went down. Here we also have a touch of the upper moving average, then an exit from the overbought area on both oscillators. In general, the same entry point, the same principle of entering a trade. Let's look at the result. Here we have already had a pullback, but I think the movement should still go down. Let's watch our deals. And we also have no problems closing the next deals at a plus. That is, we had exactly the same entry point here. We closed the deal at a plus without any problems. Let's open a deal to raise now and select the next currency pair. Let's open 2 deals here for a better raise. I'll explain to you now why it's better to open a deal here for a raise. We are currently recovering the upward dynamics after this price correction. Therefore, we have already lost this candle here. It is better not to open a downward transaction here, as we will continue the upward dynamics. Let's watch it. You see, our next deals are closed as a plus. That is why I said yes, let's wait for the upward trend. See here, we need a technical analysis. I will explain a little of the principle of entry earlier. The movement went down, a global price minimum was formed, and the dynamics of movement is recovering. And if we look at this section of the movement, we see that the corrections on it are weak in nature, and we see an upward trend in the dynamics of the RSI, which is why we opened according to the trend, and the deal on this is closed in A+. Also, such a nuance, always keep to technical analysis. It is actually much stronger than the indicator. And to consolidate our result, let's open transactions in the amount of $4,000 and select the next currency pair. Yes, this is where I'll probably open deals for a raise. Let's highlight the workspace, resort to technical analysis again, and have a good touch point. We see that the trend has turned around. The dynamics of the movement is going down. The lower sliding Bollinger Bands is touching. And then we see an exit from the oversold area on the lower RCA. And at the top, we see an upward trend, which is why our closing trades are reopening for an increase. There are about 20 seconds left until the trades are completed. Let's observe the result. The last seconds and the deals are closed without problems in a plus. That's the great result we got today. With $100, we made $8,000 using a very simple and easy to learn strategy. Let's move on to the conclusion. We select a wallet. The amount will be $8,000. The operation is being successfully performed. This is how interesting trading turned out on the OTC market today using this strategy. Use and be sure to subscribe to the channel, write comments, put likes. Be sure to subscribe to my Telegram channel. Thank you all for watching. Bye-bye, everyone.